So here we go. This is the first ever episode of Colliding Forward podcast.
Yeah, it's an honor.
We made it.
We did it.
It
Took like 2 hours to set up.
It literally took Peter 2.5 hours just to
I was
find.
the only one doing anything.
What are you talking about?
Okay, for the most part.
I looked at Peter and said, "Is it plugged in?" And he went, "Oh, crud."
Okay, that's not what happened.
He just had to plug it in.
Peter's like, He had to call.
It took
Like
a lot.
40
It took a
people?
lot more than that. Okay.
But in
Okay.
Peter's defense, he did a great job.
He
We
did a great
Thank you.
job.
we
This
stole
looks
so
great.
much stuff from Ryan Hodges. Oh no!
We'll edit this part out.
Sorry guys, we're still amateurs at this, but we're gonna get.
Two of us
Someone-
didn't
listen
think
to
to
this.
put our phones on silent before we did
Someone from Badger, California is calling me. 559-398-1190.
this. You should have answered it, man.
I
That
didn't
could've
even
been
know
gold for
a
the
Badger,
podcast.
California existed.
Yo, we got our first
We could
caller.
have. Yeah, we could have had a
We did get our
caller.
first. I
And you
should have
missed
picked
out.
it up.
Our first
Come
caller.
Whenever telemarketers call me, this is like a little trick of the trade. If a telemarketer calls you, share the gospel with them, and they just hang up on you. And
I think you share anything with them and they hang up
Yeah.
on you.
yeah,
That's
true.
not like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What
I
they
like
want.
they call and they're like, "Hey, is Mr. Wadesworth there?" And they go, "Better question. What must you do to be saved?" And then they just hang up. That's it.
That's a good tactic.
Wasn't it? Who was that guy? Chasen, who has the voicemail, where it's like, it's a really religious voicemail, and it just like keeps people from leaving voicemails.
It's something like this, like, "Hey guys, this is Chasen in 1 John chapter 8." It
Yeah,
says,
he's like, and I'm sincerely sorry I missed your call, and
"Not
I
as
don't
sorry
know,
as
like-
you'll be if you don't know Jesus."
yeah, it's something crazy like that.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm hoping we can accomplish for our first episode. I think we need to give the viewers an idea of what it is we're doing, what it is we're trying to accomplish, and why they should tune in whenever we release this on social media
Yep.
or any of the podcast avenues.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, starting with Peter, we should just kind of say, "Hey, here's my name. This is what I do. Here's what I'm passionate about right now, and here's a little bio on me."
My mic is very confusing. It keeps moving away.
Yeah.
It makes it
So
hard.
if you're watching this, obviously on video, you can see that his mic keeps moving. But
I'm
obviously, if you're just listening with audio, his microphone is like demon possessed, and it moves on its
mic.
own.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't do
not-
it. Okay, so
Just lean
I'm telling
forward.
about myself.
Yeah, like who are you, Peter?
That's a great question. So, I am 19 and happily married.
Nope.
Just kidding. I am 19 and I'm not in college or in any kind of school system. I do electrical work and I love music right now.
Yes, and you love coffee.
I mean, it's okay. I enjoy drinking it. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need to be a barista,
Yeah.
but I like drinking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't your older brother like go to a coffee competition?
Yeah, he got like. I should remember this. It's like 3rd or 6th in
Wow.
in the U.S.
Okay, that's
Whoa.
ridiculous.
So
Shout out to Micah.
yeah, Micah's
he-
slaying.
Yeah.
How is he not like a barista? Like,
He
It
should
was-
go to Barista
It was
Alley.
too easy.
The Barista Alley, which, by the way,
Please stop making
best-
profanities.
best cup of hot chocolate I've ever had in my
Wow.
life. At Barista Alley,
You
Greer,
would-
South Carolina.
you get hot chocolate at coffee shops.
Absolutely. And here's the best part about Barista Alley. If you take your kids in there, they get free hot chocolate.
Really,
And you
Yeah.
drink it?
Yeah.
that's a good.
Well, I
that's a
think
good
the
tactic.
adult has to purchase something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Shout out to Andrew Carter.
who's that?
He's the owner of Barista Alley.
Go, Andrew.
Go,
Mhm.
Andrew.
He married Ryan Bartel's sister.
Oh, that checks out.
Yeah.
I don't know
All
why.
right, so that's Peter. Let's move on to our next
yeah.
handsome gentleman.
Oh,
Cameron, tell us a little bit
that's
about
nice.
yourself.
That's nice of you. Well, I'm 18, almost 19. And I work at the movie theater.
Why are we laughing?
I don't know.
He works
started
at
laughing.
Cherrydale.
He
Cherrydale.
started
Shout out to
laughing.
Cherrydale.
No,
I
shout out
couldn't.
Cherrydale.
Where I
It's
use my Movie Pass when Movie Pass used to be awesome.
Yeah, and before it went
Rip.
because
What is
it's-
the deal with Movie Pass?
it was like the worst financial. I mean, it was
it
never
couldn't
gonna
make
last.
money.
Yeah,
So like, it couldn't.
Then why
Yeah,
did
they
they
were-
start it?
they were
Because-
charging too little. I mean, it took off. Like, it was crazy popular, but like, They're
I mean,
charging
they made
too
it
little for
accessible.
Oh, it's so depressing because it just got
die.
worse and worse. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like you can go see one movie a day, any
Right.
movie you want. Then they were like, well, you can go see one movie a day, but you can't see the same one twice.
Right.
And then they were like, hey, you can't see one a day. You can only see like 3 a month.
And they're like,
And-
hey, we're bankrupt.
Yeah, and then they were like, hey, we're going to tell you the 3 to watch in the month. And it's like
Yeah.
indie films.
Oh,
And
I
you know
love
what it
that, though.
forces me to do?
What?
I haven't done this, but I've been tempted. Is to check into MoviePass. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Click one of those indie films I don't want to see. Put the money on my MoviePass debit card and then use that to go see the movie I want.
Okay.
I haven't, but I've been
That's a
so
really
tempted.
roundabout
But
way.
hasn't MoviePass been through enough? Just use it fairly. Or, like, I don't know. It was never going to work. And, like,
Okay, so you work
it
at the
was-
movie theater.
I work at the movie theater.
Yeah. What's the grossest thing you've seen there?
Oh,
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Oh, then don't. I didn't know it was gonna get like down and dirty.
Yeah. I'll say, like, I found several diapers.
Oh,
like,
but I get it. You don't want to miss your movie.
Do you
yeah,
get-
I'll just change
Can
my
that be
child in a
explained?
dark movie theater.
Hey, crazy things happen when you're a parent.
I guess, but
Yeah.
still.
I'm not justifying what's happened, but I have empathy. I get it.
It was you, wasn't it? No.
It was Levi.
Ooh.
No. I get it. But at the same time, like, I love movies, but I wouldn't.
I
I'd
get
miss the movie so that my child could, like, how do you do it? Can you change someone, like, on your lap? Just, like,
Oh yeah,
Oh man,
dude, you can
you
do
can get
anything.
but
creative.
what if you get, like, I'd be afraid to get dookie on my pants.
Well, as a parent, it's like a badge of honor.
To get dookie on your pants?
Yeah, it is
I
what
feel
it
like that's
is.
a sign you failed. If you got dookie on your
Oh,
pants.
maybe. Yeah, that's just the positive
Depends
way
on
to
the
look
age.
at it. All right,
Well-
so your name's Cameron. You're 18. You work at a movie theater.
I love movies. Huge movie fan.
Yeah.
Try to watch every movie I can.
Yeah.
That I think is worth watching anyway. And then music. I am
Yeah.
pursuing music really hard.
Who is your go-to right now to listen to on
Ooh.
Spotify?
Oh, Sufjan Stevens, which I know Peter's gonna.
Everyone say
Sorry.
that with me. Sufjan. Why did his parents punish him?
I think
They
it's a
didn't-
cool name.
I think it's a great name.
Like, I don't even
I'd
like
name
his
my kid-
music.
I'd name
Cameron,
my kid Sufjan.
You don't mean that. If he wasn't good at his instrument, you would think, who is this bum? Oh, okay.
My man's
touche.
versatile.
All right, my bad. Who is this bum named Stufian?
Sufjan. I'm sorry.
Not Stufian.
Scroofian.
Let's eat some soup,
Sufjan.
guys.
Rufio.
Sufjan.
Who wants
And
some
Stufian.
Stufian?
I love it because it suits him. It does suit him. He's just like this, like,
Okay.
very
All right.
mysterious. I have no idea. Like, I've seen interviews of him, and I still have no idea what he's like as a
Okay.
person. Like, he's very cool.
I think it's a cool
But-
name. I just don't like his music.
See, I love
That's-
it.
that's
His
personal.
music can get very, very experimental.
It
Which
just
I
sounds
love.
like a disease. Like, ma'am, we're so sorry to tell you, you have a bad case of the Sufians.
I think I've got the Sufjans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
the Sufjans.
maybe.
But
All right,
like,
so we've got Peter.
My mic won't stay.
It's okay. You-
I have to hold it.
you-
Sorry.
Peter's
Hold
audio
it.
is gonna be the worst one.
So
It's
we've
gonna
got-
just
I'm
keep
sorry.
getting
I
further and
apologize for
further away.
everybody.
So we've got
I have to
Peter
hold my mic.
Shear. We have Cameron Hardyman. I'm
Mhm.
Tim Wadsworth.
Yeah.
A Greenville native.
Same.
Got a wife.
Are we all Greenville natives?
No, I'm not.
Where are you from?
Indiana, the
Oh,
exciting
that's right. That's right.
country.
Are you a Hoosier?
Country.
I don't think I think I was born too late to know what a Hoosier was.
Okay, I don't even know what a Hoosier is. Is
Yeah.
it like an
I don't think
owl?
Hoosiers know what they are.
That's Sufjan's brother.
Oh, I do know it's a basketball team, the Hoosiers,
Yeah.
or it's a college mascot.
It's something with basketball.
Yes.
You're right.
So Greenville native.
Yeah.
I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm 33. So we
Ooh.
have a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, and I'm the old fart at 33.
One of these things is not like the other.
What do I do for a living? I oversee a student ministry at North Hills Church.
Mm.
How dare you throw up parentheses?
Sorry.
you're a product of this youth.
I
group.
know, and
You
I love
both
it.
are.
You did a great job.
You did okay.
I'll take okay. I mean,
That's good.
worser things have
Okay
been
is
said.
Yeah, worser.
More worse.
Worser grammars happen.
Me smart.
Sufjan Hoosier and worse.
I like Stufion better than Sufjan.
You would name your kid Stufjan?
At least you can call him Stu for short.
No, that's dead. No, don't do that.
Anyways, I have a wife and 2 kids. I oversee the student ministry at North Hills, and that's pretty much my life. Family and ministry is about all I do.
Mm.
And this stupid podcast I got roped
Whoa.
into.
Roped
Just
into.
kidding.
I'm sorry.
It was my idea.
How about you?
Well, it was both our
Promote it a
ideas.
little
It,
bit.
it kind of like collided forward.
Oh, dead. End it.
I almost just spit
You
out
just
all
killed
my
the
coke.
podcast. You killed it.
That was-
Okay, so
I'm
now
kidding.
that everyone knows a little bit about us,
Mhm.
I think it would be really good for us to also maybe talk about ideas that we want to bring to this podcast, stuff that we would like to talk about, people we would like to bring on. Peter, talk a little bit about that.
Man, I want to bring on we all want to bring on lots of different people and perspectives. I mean, that's kind of one of the main ideas of this podcast is just a lot of different perspectives and outlooks on life colliding forward and being moving forward and not just arguing and not seeing eye to eye. So that's what
But there's
I'm
going to be
looking forward to.
a good dose of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause I love to argue.
That's the thing. I think arguing's super healthy and like a really good thing.
Yeah.
Like
But no name calling.
no, it's like,
And no bullying.
and we're not at war. Like we use a lot of war metaphors in regards to arguing, but it's like a journey. You know, we're trying to get to the same
Yeah.
goal. We're
I
trying
like
to figure out what's right, what's true.
I love that. So bringing on special guests, talking about certain topics, like even before we were recording, like Peter and I were talking about heaven and hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what does God's word say about that? But also kind of what's our take and who are we being influenced by? Who
Right,
are
and
we
the
listening
culture,
to?
What what it's done.
Yeah,
sure.
and kind of the things that we're processing. We don't have all the answers, but
No.
I think this would be a good place to verbally process
Mm-hmm.
out
Yeah.
loud. And so kind of cover certain topics, certain issues, things going on in our lives. I think would be kind of an authentic take. You know, bringing on this special guest, getting Peter's mic fixed.
love to
Bro. Just hold it.
My
I mean,
arm's just
I know. Yeah, I know it's annoying,
But it's annoying hearing you talk about it every 2
and
minutes.
it's annoying.
sorry.
I can already hear it like in the podcast. Your voice just keeps getting.
Sounds
Sounds like it's getting farther.
Hey,
and
my name's
farther away.
Peter.
I'm gonna have to do some
Yeah, I'll do some
levels,
effects. Don't worry.
Some effects.
So let's
I'll fix this.
let's kind
I can fix
of
it.
spend the remaining time of the podcast of episode 1, by the way, the
Episode
first
1.
ever.
The
Wow.
beginning
exciting.
of a,
Let's
of a
talk about the
movement,
greatest
maybe.
thing we've got going on in our lives right now and the hardest.
Okay.
And let's just process that.
Hmm.
Peter,
Okay.
let's start with Cam.
Yeah,
Start with me.
Cameron,
I don't
what's-
have. I don't have a.
I'm
What?
ready.
Like when
I'm-
you wake up in
yeah.
the morning, what is it that you're like, dude, this is like, I'm stoked about this.
You know, dude, I don't want to sound like a goody two shoes Christian or whatever, but like learning about the Bible and about like theology and like what a relationship with God really looks like
Mm-hmm.
has been the most exciting thing for the past like 3 months for me.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
I've just been like listening. to a
How are
ton of-
you executing that
Yeah.
during the day?
So, I wake up. The first thing I do,
And
what I've
knowing
been
you,
doing-
you probably wake up at like 1 p.m.
It's
Dude, I woke up at 12 yesterday.
Ah.
It's been bad. No, it was good for. I've been waking up at 10, 11.
Like for me,
latest.
noon is like half my day's over.
Oh yeah.
Well, for me too. But I'm just coming to terms with it. I'm just coming to terms with it that my days are shorter now, and that's just how it is. No, but like I wake up really late, and I've been trying to regulate it and get back on track. It's just hard when you work at 2 and then you work late at night
Yeah, it's hard.
because the hours at the theater, like the busy times at night.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah, makes
it's
sense.
just, you know, it kind of jacks up your sleep schedule a bit. But like the first thing I do, I wake up and I get my Bible, and then I'm going through John right now, and then I'm reading a commentary on it from Blue Letter Bible, which is a great resource for like commentaries and study notes and all that stuff. So I'm reading a commentary there, and then I write down in a journal what I've learned, what I think of like the chapter I read, and then what like the commentary has to say, and like points from the commentary I like, just so I can. It's more just so I can remember it. Are you taking a Instagram video? Of
I
this
actually took a
right now?
boomerang.
Oh my goodness,
See, you need to get off social media.
bro.
Why, man?
No,
Boomerangs are
no.
dope.
This is in the middle of a podcast. I
Yeah,
mean.
I'm
But
trying to
little
talk about like my
disrespect.
relationship
But you know what?
with
If,
God.
if,
Wow.
if
You're
you would
Talk
have kept
about
talking, no
disrespect.
one would have known.
What?
If you
No,
would've
I
just
was
kept-
noticing. I was like, Tim, put your phone away.
Tim, we're filming it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good try.
the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whatever.
Keep
but
going,
no,
man.
it's
I'm
fine.
listening.
And then I'll listen to like Tim Mackey. Peter's gonna laugh because I always talk about Tim Mackey.
I love Tim Mackey.
I love Tim Mackey. He has like the podcast, The Bible Project, which is so helpful, and Exploring My Strange Bible, which is a collection of his sermons. And I listen to one of each, or just like a lot of Strange Bible podcasts.
Cool.
Like, and then I listen to like, I try to differentiate it. I listen to a ton of podcasts. It's kind of ridiculous, but like, I differentiate it with other podcasts from like that are religious, but from the perspective of like non-Christians, you know.
Okay.
And so it gives me like a different perspective. Not necessarily like I feel like I don't agree with a lot of stuff they say, but like
Yeah.
it's helpful to see how
Good
other
food
people.
for thought.
Yeah, because like to say there's no merit to like atheism or Buddhism or anything like that. To say there's nothing there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is I think naive. And to say you can't learn from those ideas
Mm.
about, you know, I don't know. So I've just been learning like crazy about.
Okay.
Wow.
Been hanging out with Job too much.
No.
No, I agree.
Oh gosh.
With me or with Tim?
With you.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, there's always like.
That's why you two are on that couch and I'm in this.
That's true. But I mean, there's always things to be learned from other people and other religions.
Oh,
Absolutely.
no doubt. Yeah.
And that's-
Okay, so that's the best thing. That's kind of like,
That's what's going great.
Yeah.
yeah. What's kind of like the
Relationship with God.
hardest thing you've been walking through lately?
I hate my job.
Do you?
I don't know. It's like they're not. It's more like
You better hope someone from Cherrydale's not listening.
I know. Well, I
Who
don't.
would be?
Well, nobody would care if everybody there hates their job. Like
Oh,
they should
that's
hear
sad.
it. I know that's what makes it hard.
All right,
Like,
I have a question though.
yeah,
Like, do you guys care if people movie hop?
I don't.
But are there some that do?
Oh, people do all the time. But like, I mean, well, it's not all the time. On weekends, you can maybe catch it. But like, I don't look out for it. It doesn't affect me at all if people movie hop. I don't care. But if I'm like, if I see it, maybe I'll say something.
I can't see you being confrontational.
Yeah.
Yo, I've. There was one time I had to be confrontational at the movie theater. There was a
Yeah?
guy sleeping in the movie theater and snoring and disturbing other people watching it. I had
Did
to
you
go.
poke
I
him
no, I
until
had
he
to go
woke
up
up?
there and I said, "Sir, sir." Then he woke up, and it was my coworker.
What?
He woke up and I'm like, it was,
Frank?
It was yeah. His name was Jamarcus, and he was
Oh,
just chilling in
boy.
the movie theater sleeping. And I'm like, Jamarcus,
Jamarcus.
and I'm like, dude. quiet
Shout
down.
out to Jamarcus
Shout
for
out
sleeping
Jamarcus.
on the
He
job.
doesn't work there anymore. So I
Well,
guess
of
it's
course.
fine. No, he wasn't on the job. He just came and saw a movie,
Oh, okay.
and then he was sleeping.
How old is Jamarcus?
He's my age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and so I was like, Jamarcus, and I was like,
Okay, so Cameron, greatest thing, the pursuing of God. The worst thing is Cherrydale.
I guess, yeah. And that's honestly like, I'm glad that's the worst thing. If I'm honest, like it's not that bad.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
life's good, and I honestly just want a different.
Listen,
Job.
the season of life that you guys are in is the best. That
Mm.
18, 19, 20, 21, it's
Yeah.
like you're not kids, but you're not adults. You're like,
Mhm.
you can get away with so much at this age. You have so
It's
much
true.
free time.
Yeah.
Peter took a day off to do a podcast.
I mean,
When
it
I
is my
take a day
brother's
off, it's
company,
'cause
so it's
My
Well,
kid's either vomiting or on my vacation.
You're not taking a day off, but you're doing a podcast. I think that's better. You're getting paid. You're making a paycheck right now to do a podcast.
That's a great point. being salary is wonderful. However, I gave up my lunch break,
Okay.
and we split a
I'm
bag of
so-
Fritos,
dude, I'm
honey barbecue
so
Fritos.
hungry.
I know.
I'm not
yeah.
that hungry,
All right, Pete. What's like
but that's okay.
the greatest thing going on in your world right now?
Oh man, I mean, I don't think I can pin like one thing that's the greatest, because everything is the greatest right now.
Don't
Um,
do that.
Okay, I'll dive into it. I'll pick it apart and I'll bring some things to you.
Like, what's the highlight?
I'm really enjoying music right now. I'm
Yeah.
playing a lot at North Hills, playing a show for Job on the 14th, I
Hey,
think.
shout out to Anthem.
It's not
Anthem's
Anthem
dead.
anymore.
Lance Lear.
It's Lance
That's
Lear.
Job's solo stuff.
Lance Lear.
Lance Lear. It's a made up
It's
word.
like Sufjan.
Wait a second. These are the worst names. Lance Lear and Stoof John. I think it should be like
boy.
Little John.
What?
Yeah. What is a Lance Lear?
It's not a thing. It's a. You sounded 50.
What is a Lance Lear?
What are those kids doing?
What's his dad nab Lance Lear?
What is a Snapchat?
What is a Lance Lear? What's a
No,
face
no,
snap?
it's not anything. Like I get the question, but it's not anything. It's just a made up word that he.
So it's
likes the sound
fictional?
of. I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't asked him. I should.
But I know it doesn't mean it. I mean,
Okay.
I know it doesn't mean.
So
it.
music is kind of the highlight of Pete's world.
Yeah, just music
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm just enjoying waking up. I just moved into a new house, so I wake
I'm
up.
just enjoying waking up.
No, listen.
That's what we're. Listen, that's the name of this first podcast. You know how you have to name every episode? This one is I'm just enjoying waking up. Episode 1 of Colliding
How
Forward.
about you let me finish my sentence? Too?
Bars. Shots.
No, I just moved into a new house, and every morning I wake up right at the sunrise, and the sunrise is rising, and it's amazing. And whatever.
Okay.
The sunrise
I'm
is
basic.
rising.
All
I
right,
mean,
I feel you.
Can we name
Okay.
it that?
So if you're saying everything is wonderful, then it begs the question: what's the hardest or worst?
I'm not finished. You still cut me off.
I thought we were just gonna end it. You like waking up
No, that was like the beginning.
with the rising of the sun.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Why am I on this podcast? Okay. I'm just kidding. I love
Tim's
it.
low-key offended.
How dare you? All right, keep going.
No, there's this thing I'm trying to practice throughout the day, and it's just like being aware
Being
of God's
normal?
presence. Okay.
Oh,
I just took that serious.
Firing
I'm
shot.
sorry.
can't.
I'm sorry. Wait, were you saying
You
what
can't.
about God's presence?
I don't know. You interrupted.
I kind of
lost.
ruined that. I didn't know
You
you were
did.
gonna get like serious.
Before this
I was
podcast,
trying,
he's like,
like,
we have to be
the whole
nice to
time.
each other.
All right,
and
my
Tim's
bad.
just fired
Yeah, we
all
did
the
have some
shots.
ground rules. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's not cool. I'm sorry.
You're right.
All right, so what about God's presence?
Yeah, like if I'm working, doing electrical work, or playing music, or attempting to write music, or whatever I'm doing, or driving, it's like an opportunity for God to interact with me. Interact
Awesome.
with God. So
It's
that's
like
what I'm
you're
enjoying.
just seeing God in the ordinary.
Yeah, and that's why the sunrise sounds dumb, but like that's what I'm enjoying right now is those moments. Or
But
like
think about how many
eating
people
food.
live life and just miss sweet moments that are just the mundane to them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm convicted now even listening to you.
Look at that. You convicted the pastor.
That's
like-
good.
I dabbed.
That's a lot of
for
Christian
you
points.
listening.
I really do want to hear though, if you're saying everything right now is awesome, it begs the question of what's the opposite.
Well, I wouldn't say like everything's awesome. but it-
Everything is awesome.
knew you-
You know,
I knew
Is
I
that still
forgot
hip?
about that, and I was so
No,
happy.
It was never hip.
The Lego movie?
No, the Lego
You
movie's-
tell
no,
that to Judah.
The Lego movie's dope. I like the Lego movie actually.
Yeah.
But like,
Bro.
Why is that funny?
I'm 12.
All right, so
I have
Peter,
a soft
answer the
spot,
question.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Why can't you stop laughing? Like you tell me to be serious,
I'm sorry.
but it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Cameron too. It's not just you.
Okay.
Cameron passed gas.
I don't know why I'm getting so defensive. Like, no, I didn't.
All right, go ahead. Come on.
I mean, it's not saying life is perfect, but it's saying like everything you do, like there's a opportunity for God to interact with you, and every
Yeah.
interaction with another person isn't like a lot of times we see interactions with other people, like if they interrupt us while we're trying to work or something, it's like well
we
they're
see
just
it as an
frustrated.
inconvenience.
Yeah. But that's just another opportunity to love them that we wouldn't have had if
Yeah.
they interrupted us. So. Yeah.
I get pretty angry when I get interrupted. I don't like being interrupted.
It's funny you've been doing a lot of video.
Let me rephrase.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
mind being interrupted verbally. I mind being interrupted tangibly.
What does that
So like
mean?
if I'm working on something
Yeah, that's
or if I'm in
Okay.
my office plugging away and something
plugging away.
yeah, I get very frustrated at that.
Download youth ministry.
Right.
Copy paste.
But I mean,
Yes.
I'm
Shout out to Doug and Josh.
That's
My
some plugging
heroes.
away, yeah.
Those two are I want to be like them when I grow up.
Yeah.
More.
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
to be
Oh,
honest.
they're bosses.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
But I mean, that's something you have to learn, I'm sure, as a parent, is like when your kids interrupt you when you want to do something, when you have a plan for the evening. I'm sure it happens,
It's tough.
and you have to learn how to, like,
Dude.
love them.
You have to be very adaptable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Were you ever in the boat of like, I don't want kids, or were you always like a?
Oh. Listen, the first commandment in the Bible is be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, but. Yeah, but what
So
about?
of course, I wanted to
Okay.
be fruitful and multiply.
All right.
I will say this. Are you done? I don't want to move on.
There was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. So you go ahead. I'll try to think of it. but it's fine.
So I will say the greatest thing, like my highlight, is I'm just in the season of being a dad. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they just think I'm the coolest, greatest, most wonderful thing. And everyone knows that's not true, but to them it is.
Yeah.
So you like create these new lives, these humans that you bring into the world, and they just worship the ground you walk on. Like, that's awesome. Like, when I go home, the party they throw when I come through the door is cool. Like, Dad's home, and they get super excited. So I think like my highlight right now is just, raising men that hopefully fear the Lord, and having, like, I want to have fun with them. Like, I'm always trying to make things interesting or something that's a teachable moment, and having kids really helps like curb your temper. It makes you watch what you say, how I treat Rachel. So I like that type of accountability that's just always there. So Judah and Levi are kind of my world, and I'll say the hardest thing is, so there's someone that we know that won't be named, but I've got a buddy who's just battling depression right now, and it's sad. And I'm speaking out of total ignorance, and just like I don't know how to walk that path with people, and I'm just learning how to be a good listener and hear them out, but at the same time not get frustrated with them, and because it's hard. Like I've never walked through depression, so I just want to kind of like snap out of this kind of thing, and so that's been kind of hard. It's been weighing on me, and his depression has gotten so hard. Like he's even having like physical heart issues. Wow. And so I don't know. That's been kind of a bummer, and it's been on my mind a lot, and it's really kind of forced me to learn how to deal with people walking through depression in a better way.
Yeah.
Because I think a part of my like, this is such a bummer, is I don't know what to do.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes I'm making things worse by things I say, or so anyways, but he is a great dude. I see a bright future for him, so that's kind of keeping me going with it. But that's kind of real, like, for me right now. My kids are in my family and ministry. I love it. But the harder things on ministry, like you just wish you didn't have to deal with. Yeah. Those are kind of it's draining. Like, I leave so emotionally exhausted
from interacting with this person.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like it takes me like 2-3 days to bounce back.
Wow.
And I'm a weird introverted, extroverted human. Like I'm both. And I know people would never think Wadsworth's an introvert. I get energy from people.
Yeah.
And I'm very extroverted when I'm with people.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm done.
You need some time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I gotta crash.
Well, I think that whole introverted, extroverted thing is like 100% dependent on the people you're around. Like, if you're around people that give you energy, you're extroverted. And if you're around people that drain you, you're introverted, and you got to be by yourself.
And it's true. There are some people who are life givers and life suckers.
Yeah.
Like, some people suck of the life out of me.
It's true. And it's like, like, they're helpful. Like, I get why they're there, like introvert, extrovert. Like, they can be helpful to figure out, like, what fuels you. But at the same time, like, why would you don't let that define how you treat people, Like, it's like, I'm not going to go talk to this person I don't know because I'm an introvert.
Well, it's kind of like Republican, Democrat. Are those really the only two?
This is all we got?
Yeah, like, there is that random, like, libertarian. Like, what's the libertarian of the introvert, extrovert? There's got to be, like, I don't know. Like, we keep saying you're either extroverted or you're introverted. Well, what if you're neither?
Yeah.
Like, what if you're something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we need to figure out and get that started.
I don't think there's something to figure out.
Well, we need a name for it. Like, figure out a name for that type of person.
I think the name
is... A Hoosier?
Uzi Vert. That's a rapper.
Uzi Vert.
Uzi Vert?
Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert?
That's a rapper.
What? All the good names are taken. We've got Stufan, Little Uzi Vert, and Lancelier.
Yeah.
My tongue has, like, cramp when I say Lancelier.
It's not that
all the good names are taken. What's happening to the names?
Are you calling those good names or bad names? You're calling them bad names.
They're pretty awful. Joe, we need to talk.
Wow.
Lancelier.
Yeah.
Go back to the Anthem.
It. I like it.
Or
well,
Anthem.
is like,
Anthem 2.0.
or just Job Childers.
Yeah,
But
go with Job
but
Childers.
cool
Bon
peop-
Jovi.
Cool people don't use their real name. You know.
Mm.
Like Stufan?
No, Sufjan used his real name, but that's because he's like, I don't care if I'm cool or not.
Okay.
Good grief.
I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we need to figure out a name for
Oh yeah.
either the introvert or extrovert that doesn't fit those categories.
I mean that
Nobody
people call it
perfectly
an
fits
ambivert.
those. Yeah.
I
Categories.
just think there needs to be a name for that. Like,
I
I'm
don't-
neither. I'm a blank.
I don't think it's. I think you could just say neither. Like I don't think what we need is another name for something.
Omnivert.
Please
I like
don't
that.
ever
I
say
like
that.
omnivert.
Omnivert.
I feel like that's something else.
Well,
already.
that's my rapper name.
All right,
Okay.
so in closing our first episode,
We're closing already?
Wow.
I think
Wow,
so. I mean,
okay.
how
I
long? Go check the footage. How long have we been going? We've
can't just
easily
get up.
surpassed 30 minutes.
I'll get out.
I'll do it.
No.
Let me.
Let's just all get up.
Well, the screen's black. How long's the recording going?
What are we at, boys?
No way.
How long?
116 minutes? No way.
Oh yeah, this stopped recording. I don't think I ever recorded.
Okay, so I want to give everyone kind of a play-by-play of what's happening.
All right.
Yeah.
We are videotaping this podcast and recording it audio, and
Right.
Peter hit record on the audio, which is what you're listening to now, but apparently didn't hit play or record
I think it
on the
just
camera.
stopped. I'm gonna check. I think it just stopped.
You think so?
I'm not gonna take the
It's
blame.
probably the battery. So if we've gone over an hour, let's just finish with parting words, and then
Okay.
episode 2 will have video.
Yeah,
Great.
look forward to that, guys. That'll be.
Mhm.
Are we gonna put like the audio only on the whatever the YouTube channel? Like why
We'll just
not?
put a
I mean,
picture of ourselves.
or
Yeah.
the logo.
Like this.
Like,
Yeah, I like
oops,
that.
we forgot to record. Yeah.
Just all look really dumb.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Love that.
Well, that'd be easy for us. That won't take
So true.
any effort.
So
Okay,
much.
Pete, parting words?
Well, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. That's impressive
Whew.
to us rambling
Yeah,
and
and go
saying
get a
some good
life.
stuff.
Whoa.
No, but
Do you want
thank
to
you.
say that to our audience?
Tim, you're not helping.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
But
gonna
thank
kill
you.
us.
Thank you for listening if you've made it to the end. I appreciate that.
And comment below about
Please
things that you want us to
don't say
talk
that. People
about.
don't say
Like
that
and
anymore.
subscribe.
Well,
If
they
this
do.
is on YouTube, they can comment below.
Yeah, but I hate when
You can
people
comment
like,
on the podcast app too. I'm
people
pretty
Yeah.
know
sure.
they can comment. Like they don't need to comment.
Okay, well
Like,
now
you don't
that
need to tell 'em.
now I mean Peter's assuming that you know, but I'm going to be the permission giver to let you
Okay.
know that we welcome any and all comments.
Yeah, leave
Okay.
topics that you want us to cover if you want us to cover anything.
Yeah, Cam, parting words.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm really excited to do this. I like talking and conversations.
Yeah, and my
so-
parting words are going to be what we're going to be working on for episode 2, bringing on a special guest
Maybe, yeah.
and
Mhm.
something controversial to
Yeah,
talk
let's
about.
get controversial.
So now that you know who we are,
Yeah.
what we're all about, kind of the wins and the losses of whatever, I
Mhm.
say episode 2 is going to be special guest.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Love it.
talk about something that's like a hot button topic,
Hop it.
Oof.
like the migrant caravan. What are our thoughts on people coming from Honduras? Because that's a hot button
Sorry.
topic.
We have no idea what
I
you're
don't know what
talking
you're
Are you kidding me?
No.
No.
We
Hold on, time out. You don't know about the caravan coming from Honduras
I'm sorry.
that's stuck in Tijuana right now, and all the border wars. What?
No. I know nothing about
What about this controversial topic? What about a radio station up in Ohio that refuses to play "Baby It's Cold Outside"
What?
I have no idea what
because
that
they
is.
think it's like a song about date rape?
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it's a creepy song, but like at the same time,
I don't
What are
remember
the
enough
lyrics?
of
I don't
it.
even want to know. We're not even gonna put them on this.
I
But
really can't see babies.
first off, you guys need to really. I'm shocked you don't know about this caravan.
I have heard the something about a caravan.
Yeah, but there's a lot
Pass
of
it.
people. Like, there's a church right now, that put out a nativity scene with Jesus in a cage because they're trying to make this statement about
Mhm.
this migrant caravan and how they're in favor and they're leaving their church doors wide open to illegal aliens in our country. And some people love it, some people hate it. Like, I think we should talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I
I
mean-
mean, I think the
And
important
we
thing-
stay opinionless because we
maybe.
don't want to
Well,
take
I
off
think
anyone.
we can have opinions, but I think like we just recognize like, hey,
Yeah.
we don't really know what we're talking about.
Not
Like,
at all. They'll figure that
gauge,
out real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
can
they
have
already know.
opinions, but like don't
Alright,
take
I'm
our
good with
word.
that.
Right, don't like
And
yeah.
just go act on it.
Don't gauge
what
how
we say.
you think about it. based on how
Hashtag
we-
colliding forward.
Nobody
Hashtag.
says hashtags or use them.
What?
No, dude, they
about
died
a-
before they started.
They who?
They died before they started. Hashtags.
They did.
Oh yeah,
I guess.
My
They were-
favorite mascot is hashtag the panda.
I hate
That's
hashtags.
not a real mascot.
It is.
But
It's
it really
Jimmy
is.
Fallon's.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon. That's just probably some unpaid intern who's
Ooh.
just trying to make it in the movie
Actually, I
business
went to
and
Still
stuff.
college with a
talking.
girl who interned for Fallon.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet he
Amy
do-
Milano.
He doesn't even remember her name.
Oh, I bet he does.
No.
All right, I'm done
I bet
here.
no. I have a feeling Jimmy Fallon's a rude guy.
No
in real
way.
life.
He's the real deal. I hear he's, except for being an alcoholic, incredible guy.
Is he?
That's so funny.
I've heard he's a heavy drinker.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Amy might have said that.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
busted.
Okay, well, that's episode 1 of Colliding Forward. This is Tim signing off along with Cameron and Peter. Thank
Mhm.
you for listening. Tune in next week for episode 2, where we will have,
A special guest.
yes, a special guest.
Nice.
God bless. Godspeed. Take care.